Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Two Joes and a Pro. As always, we have your hosts here, Kenny, Ryan, and Brian. We want to welcome y'all back for another episode. My guys, how are you doing? How was your week? How was your off day with Juneteenth? How was that?
It was enjoyable.
I had a good day. We were out all day. It was enjoyable.
It was enjoyable. All right, man.
Brian went and got a fishing rod today.
Oh, you got a fishing rod?
Some fishing stuff.
No, I just got stuff I needed for my fishing pole. You know,
are you
getting ready to go on vacation.
Fisher or what?
What?
You a cane pole fisher or what?
No. Just going for bass and trout, salmon, that type of stuff.
On a boat?
My buddy has a boat, and then sometimes I might go in like a creek or something. It all depends. Whatever we're feeling.
It's probably whatever's happening in Maine.
That's right. Way to give out my personal information. Yeah.
We talked about that last time. Remember I-95 Maine? It's not a lot off. Remember we talked about a couple episodes.
He don't remember.
I don't remember anything.
All right. Hey man, getting straight into it. I'm gonna recap a little bit on the NBA. So got a couple of little things to highlight. A lot of things happening. So as recent news, Kemba Walker just got traded from the Celtics to OKC for Al Horford. He's making his second go around back at the Celtics, and the guy Moses Brown, I'm unfamiliar who he is, in the 2023 pick. Before I continue, you guys have any thoughts on that?
Yeah. I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Is there no trade deadline in the NBA? There's no trade deadline.
Yeah, I thought the trade deadline.
How does that work?
I thought it was in July though.
So, but for playoff teams can't trade, right?
So
in the NBA,
the trade's not official. It's an agreement.
Okay.
It's an agreement. Okay.
Right. They can't officially make it until
July, right?
Something like that. Whenever after the season's over, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. And, that was the only question I had.
But
and Brian, how do you feel?
This is a good move for the Celtics overall. They're less talented, but it opens up money. They're gonna have a max spot after next year, because Horford's deal is only 2 years, and it's only fully guaranteed next year. So they can cut bait with him after next year. It'll open up enough money for a max slot. Kemba just wasn't the answer there for the Celtics. He can't play back to backs. His knee's done, bro. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, he was a talented player, but he just can't do it every day now. And so they need to move on, and they need to keep Tatum and Brown happy. They need to get them winning. It was a bad year for the Celtics, so I think it was a good move. Plus, they gave up a first round pick too. I don't know if
it's the first round. That's good.
Yeah,
I said it was a 2023. I didn't see if it was the first round or whatever the case may be, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's this year's first. The Celtics gave up.
Yeah.
So they gave up the 16th pick. I mean, it is what.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
It's not a lot. I mean, you could get a player there, but really in the NBA, if you don't have a top 3 pick, it's just a crapshoot, anyways. So most years.
I will say caveat to that. It's actually been a crapshoot if you top 5 guys. Yeah. If you look at the top 5 guys for the last 10 years, those guys, I think it's only 20% of them have actually panned out and actually been an actual player. Most of the other guys either end up out the league or turn into role players on the bench. You actually have a better odds factor. But anyway.
Well, that's because of one and dones in college, which is another topic. But
yeah. But yeah, I thought the trade was actually good. I think it helps, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have a clear headspace to let them, get free range to do what they want. I think Jaylen Brown stepped up big time this year, and he showed that, listen, I can put points on the board. And when Kimba's on the court with them, it kind of takes away, because he's he needs to have the ball in his hand, kind of like an AI type of player. I need to have those possessions. But yeah, I was really curious about your thoughts, Brian, so I appreciate that. Also, what we have the Rick Carlisle. He resigned from the Mavs, but we know that he has done so much for the Mavs that Mark Cuban's like, listen, just resign, bro. I don't want to fire you. Then Chris Paul and Kawhi got hurt. Chris Paul got COVID. Kawhi got hurt with a knee sprain, so he's out. And I know lately I saw LeBron was tweeting out. I told the NBA about doggone playing early and all these injuries or whatever the case may be. But I look at it as like COVID, right? If the COVID situation is like, listen, guys were in the house, right? You couldn't do as much training. It's just a part of the game. Even if, regardless of one way or the other, guys get hurt. So I was like, I don't know why LeBron's acting like he's some, Mr. Cleo or something like that, but whatever. Getting into the playoff series, and I'll be done after this, is the Nets is in Game 7. So, KD balled out, and, didn't have Kyrie. James Harden just came back or whatever. So they're going to Game 7. I know the last game, Giannis willed them to the win. Game 6, Clippers. They beat the Jazz. They're up 3-2. Playoff P actually showed up in rare form. He had, I think his biggest playoff night of his career. And they actually won 3 straight. I know last time they were 0-2, and then now they're 3-2. So I guess they like playing down. Surprisingly, I was talking trash about Atlanta, but Trae Young has been snapping, and Atlanta's up 3-2 in Philadelphia, which is surprising a lot of people because they thought that Philly was going to just blow past them like 4-1. And Bogdanovic has been a good Robin to Trae Young's Batman. So I know Embiid and Seth has been doing their thing for the Philly, but they've just been falling in clutch situations. But yeah, that's all I got for basketball.
Yeah, Simmons has been doing his thing on the free throw line, 12 for 39 in the playoffs. Solid. Yeah, he's in your top 5, right, for under 25? Yeah.
Yeah, he's in my top 5, but I told you he can't shoot free throws and he doesn't have a shot, but his numbers are undeniable. Yeah. I didn't say that if I need him to score a bucket for my life, he's going to do it. I'm not picking him. I'm just saying his numbers, his quality. That's all. No hate on me.
It's just hard to win games when one of your best players is useless in the last 2 minutes of a game. He can't shoot and he can't make free throws, and they blew that huge lead the other night. It was
twice.
It was just terrible. I'm sorry, and I put a lot of blame on him. You got to make free throws. I'm sorry. If you're a world class athlete, you have to get better at free throws. It's not like he's Shaq or somebody that's some huge guy that just is never going to get a touch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I understand. I think any guy that's a point guard, you got to shoot better than that. You can't be a point guard and shoot less than 80%. It doesn't make sense. You have the ball in your hands so much, you should have a little bit of better touch to, do that.
12 for 39. That's less than a third of them that he made. That's bad.
Hey, when you're right, you're right. And you're right. So, but yeah, that's all I have for basketball. So, we'll get into baseball or football next.
You didn't want to talk about LeBron? Oh, that's right. He's out. Okay. Just want to make sure he's out. All right.
Let's do baseball. Let's follow.
Let's do baseball. You try to. Hey, that was a mean way to try to kick me while I'm down. That's crazy.
That's right. Hey, so baseball. Still big news right now is the Spire Tech stuff that we went into a little bit last week.
Dude, it's been great.
I will give you listen. I'll give you a little stat, though. 10 days after the MLB announced that they're cracking down on this, the league-wide average went up 11 points, which is very significant in baseball. I'm just saying, that's a 5% increase, just about.
Yeah,
5%.
but aren't they taking away any substance? So that includes the pine tar, or any powder, anything whatsoever, things that would have been legal before.
They can use They can still use the rosin bag, which is like baby powder.
Yeah.
So they can use that. I guess guys are using sunscreen with it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But hey, that's cool.
What does that do? It's like pasty, chalky, or something.
I guess mixed with rosin, it makes it sticky. Yeah. But
I don't know what
guys,
these people are doing.
Yeah, I don't know what they got going on in baseball. They're some little freaks.
Man, these pitchers are being little babies right now.
Yeah, I love it.
I love Garrett Cole again. Yeah. I sent it to you guys.
Yeah, I saw it.
He almost sounded like he was crying.
The other guy was legit crying. Who was was it the Rays pitcher that I said?
Yeah.
He was legit crying.
That's why he got hurt.
Yeah, he's like, I got hurt because you guys are taking this away from me.
He said, you know what? If y'all don't let me use it, I'm done.
Act like he had an mad.
Out of there.
Man. And,
that's crazy.
Man, so crazy, yeah. And, that same night that we recorded that last episode, Trevor Bauer got hit pretty good in that game against the Texas Rangers, which is one of the worst offenses in baseball. But, Trevor Bauer is supposed to be a Cy Young Award winner. Oh, no, he doesn't have his sticky stuff. Poor guy.
It's one game. Get off my guy's back.
I'm just saying. Hey. The trend appears that it indeed was impacting the games severely. So, but anyways, I think the Rays are still the best team in baseball right now. So, really not much else going on.
I did see that Shohei Ohtani said he wanted to enter the Derby, which I know for like our European or Asian listeners, it's going to be that's pretty dope.
Yeah, home run derby. I mean, that's fun. I mean, it's a fun part of the All-Star break. So
yeah, that's I love watching home run derby. That's my best part of baseball.
It's the best part of baseball. Yeah. That and the spider tag, baby.
For me, especially that and spider tag. Like if it's not home run derby or spider tag, then I ain't watching. I'm not watching. It's straight up.
I'm telling you, man, these pitchers are just little babies, though. I'm done. I don't have anything else for baseball. It's all about bitching and whining about the spider tag stuff. That's what's going on in baseball.
All right.
I think there's no real news in the NFL this week. Most of it's like training camp buzz, more Aaron Rodgers drama, which I'm just loving every second of it. He's putting passive-aggressive T-shirts on, and Tom Brady's throwing shade at the Packers. It's amazing. It's one of the greatest things ever. Did you guys see this interview where Tom Brady threw some shade at Rodgers?
Yep.
So they were Rodgers and Rodgers and Tom Brady were in like this like golf tournament with like two professionals. I think it was like Phil Mickelson
with the Shambo and
and Tom Brady goes something about Aaron Rodgers being able to go for it, like unlike his team, and Rodgers replies back that's like, I didn't have at least I'll have a say in it this time, or something to that effect. He was basically
talking about the
playoff game where like Rodgers basically admitted that like he didn't have a choice in whether or not they would go for it or not, and like it was taken out of his hands. So he threw shade, and then he also wore a shirt that said, did it say conflicted or it said something. It said something.
I said I'm offended or
offended.
Something.
Yeah. Because Mark Murphy, the president of the Packers, came out and was like, he was talking about the late Ted Thompson would say about Rodgers that he was a complicated fella, something like that. I don't know. It was so weird. Hey. It's just stirring the pot of loving it.
That whole situation is crazy. Like at this point, they will have no choice but to trade him just because like you can't throw jabs at a person that you're trying to bring back to your team. Like how I'm already saying that I'm good off of you guys, and then you're gonna throw jabs at me, and you think that's gonna make me want to play for you when I'm good. Like you need me, I don't need y'all. Like I don't think the Packers really understand that because they're like so used to this player organization like relationship with most players are like I need to play football. But Rodgers is such a good space that he's like, I can do so much other things. I don't need to play football. And for when a guy has that type of leverage on his side, you got to try to ease him to like, we need you. Like, please, we're beg them. Not, no, bro, we don't need you. We're better than you because they're not high on Jordan Love. I tell you that. They was in there like, oh, we had a lot of room to work. We got a lot of room to work. They kept saying that, and I'm like, if you see all these other teams, right, the Patriots, they're like, oh man, now it's a position battle, right? Who's going to be the quarterback, right? You see all these players, oh, who's going to be this? But you don't hear that in Green Bay. Them guys up there like, yeah, we're gonna. They might do quarterback by committee.
They might have no choice.
How they're going. So
what is their cap space this year? The Packers, because like. What would it be? Because Rodgers is hitting their cap pretty hard for like 30 mil or something like that this year.
It's 40.
Yeah,
that was like 40.
38 mil dead cap.
I'm not exactly
38
sure.
mil dead cap.
And that's, you know what? That's even hurting him worse because he's like, y'all need me because that's 38 mil that's just going in the water, bro. Can't do nothing about it. So, but yeah,
that's it for their.
That's all you got for football?
There wasn't much going on unless you guys have something.
Yeah. I don't have anything else.
Sweet.
I thought it was decent. So, hey, getting straight into the great debate, which is still football, right? I saw a post on Instagram, I believe. They were talking about different things. Like I saw something today like the best cornerbacks in the league and things like that. So I wanted to touch on you guys' in your opinion, who is your favorite wide receiver core in the league for our great debate topic. So whoever wants to start it off, they can go.
Okay, I'll go.
Patriots.
I'm gonna go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
What?
No, I'm going with the Chiefs.
What?
The Chiefs.
I
can't believe you said that.
Flabbergasted right now. Not because of the receiver.
Well,
if you've ever known Brian for as long as I have, he does not like Tyreek Hill. Like, from a fantasy football standpoint, he cannot stand this guy. He's like, he's trash. All he is a deep ball. That's it. He's a big play guy. That's it. I don't like him. Doesn't want him on his team. Best wide receiver, Tyreek Hill. Get out of here.
He's gotten better. He used to only be a deep thrower.
He's gotten better?
He's
done the same thing the last 3 years.
Nah, he's been running more on the route tree lately. He's been doing a lot more. He's actually turned himself into a complete wide receiver, and so I appreciate.
I'm so glad this is recorded. I'm so glad.
Yeah. And Ryan can attest to you that I don't think Travis Kelce's a great tight end. I think he's a great pass catcher. He can't block for shit. But we're talking about receivers, so Travis Kelce is a great pass catcher. So I'm going to give him the credit where it's due. They also have Demarcus Robinson and Mecole Hardman, who can absolutely fly.
Please.
I mean, dude, they and you know what helps it all is they have probably the best talented quarterback right now in the league, throwing them the ball.
That'll make it look good.
I'm just saying, I like their wide receiver core.
Yeah, that's it. When you have the guy that they're calling Baby Goat as the quarterback, yeah, it makes a lot of things look good. But Tyreek Hill is a talented receiver, right? But he's only running like 5 routes, bro. He runs a lot of anything that's going over the middle. That's what he's going to run. If he runs it's a slant, a deep over, when they put him in, in trips formation, and he's the number 3 receiver, and he runs that to the seam to the far upright, like that's it. And if you see from the Super Bowl, it's not hard to stop, bro. It's not hard to stop.
The Super Bowl is not about stopping him. The Super Bowl is about the Kansas City Chiefs not having an offensive line. Mahomes was on his back half that game.
Yeah, but they were dogging. They were dogging Tyreek Hill. They were doubling them. Yeah, they couldn't get anything done.
Space. They put Levante David and doggone what's his name at the linebacker position onto Travis Kelce because they can cover him, and Devin White on them because they can cover, and they said, "Hey, safeties, Murphy, y'all handle Tyreek," and it was gone. Mm-hmm. There was nothing they could do. I
know, but if Mahomes,
that's true. If that only works against a player like Tyreek Hill, when you can get pressure to the quarterback, because if he was able to buy time, there's no one staying with him long enough. I don't care if you put 3 guys on Tyreek Hill. Unless you're knocking him down at the line of scrimmage, he's going to get by you, and you're going to be behind him. But, like I said, it's not hard to double him and then still have pressure and then just man up everyone else because Pringle's not going to kill anyone. Tyreek Hill will, or Travis Kelce will, and then the other dudes, you don't have to worry about them.
Mecole Hardman, you know what I mean? DeMarcus, they're decent, but they're not the Robin to Tyreek Hill, right? Like, talking about receiver-wise, right? So,
Travis Kelce is.
Okay.
Hey, man, you can't discount what Travis Kelce brings to the offense.
Every team, I know that. Every team has a tight end, though. That's what we're saying. But who else is
not like him? Not like Travis Kelce.
No, I'm not saying not like him. I'm saying they have a tight end position, right? He's a second... Okay.
But you have to include that in the receiving core. They receive the ball.
But this is what I'm saying. This is the difference. What I'm saying, right? You have Travis Kelce, and then you have Tyreek Hill, right? That's 2 guys. But then if you look at a team like Tampa Bay, they have Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and still they have a tight end in Cameron Brate or Rob Gronkowski or Cameron or OJ Howard. So I'm saying we're talking about another receiver that can do something besides the tight end position. That's what I'm saying. There's not one on their roster. That's what I'm saying. Because if you look at most teams today's day, they have some type of Kyle Pitts version, Travis Kelce guy that can cover. That can catch.
I don't think that we've seen everything so far that we're going to see from a guy like Hardman or Robinson for that matter, because they had Watkins last year and taken up a lot of time. So now those guys will have more targets. So we'll see. I
agree with the Hardman though, but not.
I like DeMarcus.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good possession receiver.
It's also hard to gauge.
Yeah, I would take fantasy-wise.
It's so hard to gauge because how much of that credit is going to go to like look at how a player like MVS last year from the Packers, he had a lot of good games where he looked good, but he's you throw him on another team, he's trash. That's Rodgers. Same thing's going to happen with Mahomes. So you might be vindicated at the end of the year because Robinson or McCole Hardman have a good season, but I don't think that's going to be because they're good players or above average players. It's because Mahomes probably had a MVP season, more than likely.
Or everybody's trying to say, let's take away your top options, which is going to be Kelce or Tyreek Hill. People want those two to beat them. If you guys beat us, then this is just not our day, right? We're not going to let those two guys beat us. So
yeah, I agree. I'll go second with my wide receiver core. I got so many options here. So many options. Oof. Because I got some people, and then I'm talking myself out of it, and then I'm talking myself into it, and then I'm talking myself out of it. I think. No, I'm just gonna go with the Cardinals. It's an easy pick, just because you have one of the best wide receivers in the league with Hopkins. The number 2, you have AJ Green, who hopefully after being injured is better, but not just because they're taking a shot on AJ Green, and I get he's old, but then Christian Kirk's not a bad receiver. I think he's a dog. And then they draft Andy Isabella is a guy that could take the top off of defense because he's got deep speed. So everyone's discounting him from 2 years ago. Yeah. And then they drafted a receiver this year on Rondale Moore. So that's just another receiver. That's a solid receiving core. Now my only concern is going to be the play calling, the head coach, on whether or not they're going to be able to put the receivers there. Number one, is Kyler Murray going to be able to spread the ball to all these receivers on top of running the ball? Because he looks to run first. He's just got to start throwing it a little bit more, keeping his eyes downfield, and getting through his progressions and getting the ball out rather than trying to run out. It's going to increase his shelf life. He could stay mobile. Just make sure you run the ball. Stay mobile within the pocket, behind the line of scrimmage. But man, I love the Cardinals. I think that they're a solid team if they could just put all the pieces together. And their head coach really has to bail them out because he's not being creative enough, especially with his wide receiver core, because he's not getting D-Hop the ball the way he should be getting him the ball. These little 5-yard routes, these little bubble screens, none of that. They need to get D-Hop down the field so that he can get through his progressions and throw the ball. That's just my opinion with the Cardinals in general.
But you can't do that when you got
that's
a
my
selfish
problem.
quarterback. I just think Kyler Murray is just he's a me guy. He's I want to make the plays. I want to be the guy that shows big. And I think that's the only issue I have with them because I think their receiving core is dope. I think their receiver core, you have D-Hop and you can put whoever else, right? Because they got Andy Isabella, or you got Christian Kirk, I think he's a good number 2, or Rondale Moore if he shows up. But I just Kyler Murray just rubs me the wrong way. When I see him play, I'm a lot of plays where I'm listen, just dump it down. He's no, I'm going to take off running, or just hand it off to the running back, and he's no, I'm just going to run. And I'm just bro, you got 10 other players on the offense with you, but I feel sometimes when you watch him play, it's me. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of his mic'd up. Sometimes when he's mic'd up and you see him on silent, he's God, man, like talking to his teammates like, as if they're the one that messed up. It's like, bro, you're still the quarterback. And I think the Larry Fitzgerald thing is what threw me off the most about him. When he like pretty much was yelling at Larry as if he threw the game. As if Larry's fault, like, bro, you're supposed to be there.
He knows where he's supposed to be.
He's a Hall of Famer, bro. Like, players miss up all the time. Yeah. And he's like,
yeah.
Like, he like, bro, like he's going, like, I'll run in your shit. Like, yeah. I'm like, come on.
No, I agree with Kyler.
I'm like, that's Larry Fitzgerald. But other than the duels, though, I can't deny that. I know I just went on the tangent on Kyler Murray and not on the receivers, but I can't argue about the receivers.
Impossible.
Kyler Murray is just my only issue. I think Coach K will dial some stuff up.
Hope I'm right. And I have an honorable mention, but I'll get to it at the end.
What do you think, Brian? Yeah. What do you think, Brian?
I mean, I like the Cardinals receiving core. I just have a problem with their health. They have a lot of health concerns. I mean, they've had a hard time keeping those receivers healthy, and then they bring in another guy who can't stay healthy. And so, yeah, on paper, they look great, but we'll see if they can hold up all year. That's all.
All right.
Yeah. Well, going in mines is I kind of had the same issue back and forth. But I'm staying with the LA Rams, bro. Like, I really like Cooper Kupp and I like Robert Woods. Like, I just like those two dudes because I feel like they go under the radar. Everybody always counts them out. Everybody always gives them a hard time. But now they have a legit quarterback that I feel like can get them the ball at any time of day, any situation, no matter where they're on the field. And I feel like they will have the most possessions just because their defense is still going to be rocking. Their running game is going to be decent, so people are not going to, put 5-man boxes because they're going to have to respect the run. And Sean McVay is a great offensive coordinator. Like, he calls great plays. And I think with him and Matthew Stafford are going to have this like connection where they're like, hey, listen, we're on the same page. And I don't think he had that with Jared Goff. I think in the beginning he did, but then Jared Goff was just like too much in his own head that it was like, come on, bro. Like, he had to dumb it down, but I don't think he's going to have to. So I think Cooper Kupp, it's hard to guard him. I think Robert Woods, even though he's getting older, I feel like he's like fine wine. You know what I mean? Like, he's getting better with age. He's still balling. Even though people are like, oh, no, he's going to fall off this year. He still balls. And I know they love him. So I know they're going to give him the ball. And I know you like Tutu, which I think he's going to be a vital part to their offense. And I know they got a couple of other guys. Yeah, my bad. D-Jax, of course, he's going to take. He's like Andy Isabella to me, right? He's going to take the top off. But yeah, he's going to be fast until he's 90 years old. He's still going to be running 4.4 at 90. Like, just be gone. Like, but anyway. But those two dudes right there are definitely my favorite receiver core for sure. Like, dual.
I do want to add that they got Van Jefferson that they drafted last year, so I think he's still a good wide receiver. Yeah, but I know people are gonna give us crap because we didn't bring up the Titans, but since it kind of transitions there, Josh Reynolds from the he was on the Rams last year. He's now on the Titans because I kept trying to think. I was like, why am I not going to put the Titans in there? Because they got that great duo, and it was mostly because I couldn't think of that number 3, and I didn't even think that they got Josh Reynolds. But I think that's a solid pick too.
I wasn't tracking that, and that's actually a hell of a pickup because Josh Reynolds is not bad. I just feel like he was overshined because
so now he's got Julio and AJ Brown.
So like, but when one of them got hurt, he was always ball. Yeah, but because he's not gonna get the ball anymore in Tennessee. Because Derrick Henry's gonna get his totes. He's gonna get his 250, 300 carries no matter what. Have y'all seen? By the way, side note, have y'all seen his training?
No,
bro, he was doing like 560 or 580 for reps, like with the chains on. I was watching. I was like, what? They're like, oh yeah, Derrick Henry is ready. He was doing some crazy core exercise or something on like a with the big balls, or that's not medicine balls called. There's little fat balls that bounce a little bit. Yeah. Sit on the bouncy balls. Anyway,
yoga ball.
Yeah. So they had that. He was doing like some core exercises with these chains. Yoga ball. Sorry, with the chains and like holding. I was like, bro, what kind of core strength is this man on?
He's out there with James Harrison.
Some running backs you expect
playing volleyball with the big giant medicine ball.
He's the James Harrison of the running backs, bro. Like Brian, I kid you not. I'm looking at his workouts and I was like, I could never do that ever. Like I can squat a lot too, and I'm strong, right? But I'm like, he's like doing core, picking on the medicine ball, picking up chains. They're beating on his chest. I said, like, is he gonna ever fall off? Like, I don't know. It's gonna be a while. It's like he's like a Super Saiyan AP.
I mean, he's gonna fall off when his speed goes. That's what happens to them all, man. That's what happened to AP. He's still strong as hell. He just lost his speed.
I don't know, man. I went on that little tangent, but that was...
He's like a better, more athletic version of like Brandon Jacobs. Like when Brandon Jacobs was like a big dude just mauling people over.
Yeah.
But Brandon Jacobs was slow. Like he got slow towards the real quick. He kept trying to bounce it to the outside. It's bad sight to see.
Because he was living his old days. I remember when I was in the running backs room, right? When I was in New York, and he busted in there one time. He's like, "Yo, boys better represent. Yo, boys better represent for us." And after he came, bro, I was scared as hell. I said,
he's playing DN this year,
bro. I didn't know he was that tall. Yeah. He came in, bro. He came. That's why, bro. He came in there. He was diesel. I was like, "Yo, who the hell is that?" And coach was like, "Oh, that's Brandon. That's a legend. That's a Giants legend. That's Brandon." I was like, what? He was at running back? People were tackling him? Like, I was like, I know I saw him on TV, but I didn't think he was 6'4", bro. Bro is... I know he was destroying...
I didn't get to tell you this, but I sent it to Brian a while ago. Anyway. Me and my family went to Disney a couple years ago, and I saw Derrick Henry. And I was looking, I was like, Jess, I'm pretty sure that's Derrick Henry. And you can't miss him because he was wearing like a bright neon jumpsuit, neon leggings, but like I knew that hair because you know how he puts it in that like triangle, like that big. Oh yeah, it was. I was like, that's him for sure. And that's a big dude. There's no way anyone's tackling that guy. It's a big dude. That's a big dude.
Bro, imagine he was that same size in high school because he played in Yulee, right? Because I went to school in Gainesville, but he played in Yulee, and I remember they played GHS, which is like the school in the same city. Bro, that man it was like a man amongst boys. He just boom, boom, just running dudes over. He had like 10 stacks in high school running. 10,000 yards, bro. I remember when he first came out, I said, man, somebody gotta check his birth certificate.
Pop Warner
he's been like that the whole time. Like, yeah, like Pop Warner, people got money on the game, they're trying to put older dudes in there. That's why I was thinking, I'm like, there's no way he's not 20 years old out here playing with 16, 17
What you got, Brian?
Like, but yeah. I'm a Derrick Henry fan if y'all don't tell.
Oh, you are?
Brian's like, he's no Damian Harris.
Fan, bro, that's my favorite running back. I know you've been sorry. I know you've been sorry.
Rex Burkhead. Oh, sorry.
No, come on. He's
Hey,
I'm gonna let anymore. Yeah,
he gone.
I'm gonna let Kenny get at me real quick.
He gone.
One of my favorite young receiving cores is the Denver Broncos, and they could inherit Aaron Rodgers, which would just put them through the roof. If they could stay healthy, which is a big if, because Sutton's coming off a big injury, Jerry Jeudy, Tim Patrick in the slot, or KJ Hamler, and not to mention they had Deshaun Hamilton, who was a high draft pick, but he got injured this year, and I don't think is even on the team anymore, because that's what the Broncos do. If you get injured playing for the Broncos, they cut your ass. You're out of there. But I mean, go ahead, get at me, but I like Sutton. I love Cortland Sutton. Like, specifically, him as a player. Go ahead.
Bro.
You want to know why he loves that? You want to know why he loves Cortland Sutton? Because he had him on his fantasy team the year he broke out.
Beautiful man. Yards. What a
That's
great guy.
That's the only reason why Ryan is on this high horse right now. He
brought me a shit.
He could care less about Cortland Sutton. Shit. Don't let him fool you. He just wants an argument.
Bro, that's just bias. Like I'm like that
Jerry
too.
Jeudy
Guys
too.
got on fantasy,
Jerry
I'm
Ju-
like, oh,
I didn't have Jerry Jeudy.
It's because you got him on fantasy.
Judy's
bro. It's just
a
bias.
route technician.
You trying to will it?
Watch
no,
out.
No, listen, bro. He's a route technician. And he's one of my favorite receivers, right?
Yeah, because
But
he had Drew
didn't
Lock.
put it together this year. He just didn't. He had 113 targets for. He had 113 targets for 856. Doggone your boy Cortland Sutton, when he gave you the 1,000 yards, he had 124 targets for 1,000, 1,100.
Stop. 100.
So it's like
you're gonna
what? Nine targets,
From-
and it was a
between
difference
which
between
players?
300 yards. That's a
Cortland
big
Sutton-
difference. Cortland Sutton.
He's right, you know.
Cortland Sutton and doggone Jerry Jeudy, the same
$300.
similar targets and $300. I mean, $300 yards difference in productivity. $300 in productivity.
Yeah.
I'm like, 300 yards in productivity.
They had
You
a
know what
rough.
I mean? Like
They had a rough year.
his numbers is not going to increase.
No.
His numbers are not going to increase when Cortland Sutton comes back, because Drew Lock he's a damn.
Teddy
he's
could do it.
zoomed in. And even if they get Teddy,
No. Here we go.
they're gonna hand that ball off.
I think
Teddy
you
like to
guys are
play action
not
now.
thinking about
And I don't know.
Aaron
how that's gonna
Rodgers
be
coming
effective.
into town and just lighting it up with weapons galore. It's happening. Wait for it.
It's not happening.
Like Aaron Rodgers going to Denver is like that chance is like the same chances for me to win the lotto. It's just it's all in the air. Like only if only. Like I don't think it's gonna happen. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Why would Green Bay give the Broncos that?
Because it's out of the NFC. Because it's out of the NFC. And they have to save face and save their fan base. Because their
Who are they
fans
gonna-
own them.
You're right.
Literally.
Who is Denver going to give up to get Aaron Rodgers?
Whatever they got to. Elway will give up his left and right testicle just to get Aaron Rodgers on his team. Like, he does
but
not.
it's going to come at a
care.
price where those guys are not going to be as productive. Because if you look at their roster, they have a lot of unproven guys. So in order to,
This is
I know this is Elway.
This is Elway's. This is his MO, man. He wants veteran quarterbacks to come in just like he did, and come in and have a late blooming career, and ride off into the
Bro,
sunset.
the last
with the
four
Broncos.
quarterbacks he did that with didn't work out. Case Keenum didn't work out.
What?
He has Teddy Bridgewater now.
That's not
What?
a real. That's
Case
not a real
Keenum
one.
just had a great year
Ke-
the year previously, and they brought him over. Didn't work out. He drafted 4 quarterbacks. What's his name? Brock Osweiler. He had a doggone the quarterback from the quarterback
rough.
that was from Memphis. Paxton Lynch. He had.
He can't
But I'm
draft.
saying
He cannot draft.
Every
He
year
cannot
he's
draft.
just been like, I gotta get a quarter, because they were a quarterback away. They just been grabbing quarterbacks, like he grabs all these veterans, and it don't work out. And now if you look at their team, you know, Peyton Manning, but Peyton did work out, right? He worked out. But you have Peyton,
Yeah.
but on Peyton roster, they're like one thing away. But what are they going to do? Because of course, the Colts are trying to get rid of Peyton, but the Packers are not trying to get rid of Rodgers. That's the difference.
It sounds like they are. Sounds like they are.
Nah, it's just
It's gonna happen.
Right.
Just wait. That's the one that makes the most sense.
all right. Well,
So, how are they paying Rodgers? I'm just curious.
what do you mean?
Whatever they gotta do, they're trading Von Miller.
Okay.
Whatever they
you
got
trade
to
Von
do.
Miller. If you trade Von Miller, they're done. They have no chance.
Why they got Chubb or whatever?
Bradley Chubb
Bradley
that hasn't
Chubb,
been.
right?
Okay, I'm not even going to start that. You're going to have me going for a 30-minute rant. I'm not going to do it. Nope,
hold
nope,
on.
nope.
I'm not sitting here.
You just said
you're just gonna rebuttal, and then I'm gonna
Bradley Chubb and pretty much Bradley Chubb and Von Miller. Same but different. Like, no, bro. Cut it out.
Man.
Look, I'm not just gonna answer a question about how they're gonna figure out their salary cap. They could figure it out. They'll figure it out. They'll get them in there.
Okay.
That's
What's their salary cap right now? What's their cap right now?
28.
So you just asked a question.
They
You
get
don't
28
know.
million.
ooh,
Huh?
he right at your neck. You thought he didn't know.
They could fit in. He could fit him in there because he would renegotiate he would Aaron Rodgers to get out of Green Bay, you guarantee he is renegotiating his contract to extend and then move that life. Like, extend it and spread out the life of that money. Like, there's no way he's not doing that.
Well, what if he doesn't want to go
There's
to Denver?
no way if you come to Rodgers and it's like...
Yeah, like, what makes you think he wants to go to Denver so bad?
I know.
That's not on one of his picks.
Because he doesn't want to go to Green Bay.
He's not going to play.
Because he doesn't want to be in Green Bay.
If you're Aaron Rodgers, do you want to play with Devontae
okay.
Adams or do you want to play with Jerry Jeudy? Because that's basically 1-to-1 right now. That's the number one.
Devontae Adams is literally one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah, so we're saying you're going to go from the
3.
best receiver in the league
So,
to a guy that's...
by your logic, what the hell's he doing right now?
Who?
What's he doing right now? He has that choice right now. He could be playing with the top 3 receiver, or he can just go sit on his ass. He's crying because he wants to leave. Devontae Adams is not enough for him to
If
say.
Rodgers is leaving, he's going to San Francisco.
Yeah, that's it. He wants to go back to the crib. He wants to go back to the crib.
No, that was an option before they drafted.
Tell me,
and the only way that
right now, if they cannot do a swap for Garoppolo, somebody else, for Aaron Rodgers for a couple years, and have Trey Lance learn behind Aaron Rodgers for a couple years and take over, that is a way better transfer down than him getting lessons from them Garoppolo to Trey Lance. Like, if you want to do Garoppolo Trey Lance, you might as well put Trey Lance in now. Because Garoppolo ain't going to show him nothing. He might teach him some coverage. It ain't going to be a big difference. But for Aaron Rodgers to Trey Lance, complete difference.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir, but how are they going to fit Rodgers in the cap space on the 49ers?
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
They have 17 million cap space. How are they going to fit him there?
They're going to trade Nick Bosa.
He's still under his roof. Get out of here, bro.
If they trade Garoppolo, that's like $25 million, dude. So there you go.
Yeah, $25 million.
That's easy.
Give him an extra 5.
There you go. I did the cap for you.
I did it.
What do I win?
Yeah, man.
Nothing.
I like that, man.
All right, look,
But-
I hate you guys.
You got anything else, man?
Rodgers is not playing in Green Bay.
And he's not playing in Denver.
No.
Agree to disagree.
What do we bet? What do we bet?
What
do we bet?
do you want to put on it? That could roll us right in. That could roll us right into BK Bets. Forget BK Bets because last week I lost us some money. Okay, forget it. Right? Last week I lost us some money. Right?
Yeah, you did.
Hey, no.
I thought we were just skipping the segment.
Hey,
Yeah, it's got lit.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
he almost had a chance though. He hit bro on his butt. And I was like, come on, and I was like, done. And then, you know, it's crazy. mid. I end up betting. I know, guys. You're not supposed to do this. I end up betting on Moderna. Oh, how do you never say it? It's not Moderna because that's the damn vaccine.
The vaccine.
Yeah, not the vaccine. I bet on.
I know Cole Beasley didn't bet on Moderna.
Oh my God. Anyway, I bet against it,
Go on.
and I lost on that. But anyway, that was what I'm saying. Guys, I lost your money. I'm probably not gonna give you anything for BK Bets. I'm gonna leave it to Brian until we get to football because I am on a slump right now. But anyway, Ryan, what are we putting on the line?
Whatever you want, man.
Put a tomahawk steak on it.
Ooh, that's good.
A tomahawk steak?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
You can put a little salt on it too.
Yeah, listen, the loser has to buy a tomahawk steak and then cook it for the other two. So you're either gonna.
All right.
So you're gonna.
For the two, not gonna buy like
No.
Wait, Brian's getting nothing.
I know.
Brian's getting.
I get
Brian's
steak
like,
either way.
all I know is I'm getting
me
fed.
and Brian are gonna share the tomahawk steak that you make for us.
Okay.
That's it. Cause you're a chef.
So
you're a chef.
either
You like
way,
to cook. I
Brian's
like to
getting
cook.
the steak.
Yeah, cause that's my guy.
And I like to eat.
It's part of BK Bets. He's 1 and 2 for BK Bets, right? So guess what's only right?
All right.
If I lose
Tomahawk steak.
tomahawk steak, I'll cook it. If not, you could do it.
Here's my concern with it.
What?
You have more options of winning because if Rodgers retires, you win. If Rodgers goes back to the Packers, you win. If Rodgers goes to another team, you win.
Hey.
If Rodgers
Guess what,
plays
Ryan?
for Denver, that's the
Ryan,
only
Ryan,
way I
Ryan,
win.
guess what?
That's the only way I
Ryan,
win.
guess what? Consider me Vegas. Consider me Vegas, okay?
That sounds.
That's it. That's it.
I'm not accepting this bet.
So hold on.
Where I'm
hold on.
taking all of it.
You just went on here and said, "What do you want to bet?" I told you what I want to bet, and then now you're going to renege right on the podcast. So everybody, do you hear this?
No.
He is reneging.
Okay.
His bet because he's scared of it.
Okay.
He's doing it. Everybody,
Actually,
he's
you know
doing
what?
it.
Fine. We got it like this. You get a tomahawk. I get Wagyu beef if I win.
What the hell is Wagyu beef?
So expensive.
It's
He probably won't even like it, but he's just being a dink. That's all he's
I
doing.
never even heard. I gotta look that up. Wagyu beef.
Yeah, it's like $1,000 or something
yeah.
like that.
It's like a Japanese raised cow.
Come on, bro.
It's like
Cut
a
it out.
Japanese raised
Come
cow
on,
with
bro.
like marbling in it. It's amazing.
Cut it out. All right, man.
But that we'll pick it up another time. We'll have to put money on it because money
All right.
you can easily be like 4-1 or whatever.
Put money on it. For no,
What,
we're gonna
now you
put,
need odds?
Yeah, I know. Well, I actually talking. Put $100 bet on it. $100 bet.
Because you have an increased odd
$100 bet.
So?
of winning.
You
$100
chose to
bet.
hitch your wagon to Rogers going to Denver.
Fine. You have to choose. You have to choose one,
What?
and then I'll do the tomahawk. You have to
I'm not doing
choose
tomahawk.
either
we're
Rogers.
just doing $100 bet.
You have to choose either Rogers stays with Green Bay, or retires, or goes to another team. One of those three.
He's going to another team. I called it. Rogers is going to another team.
Another team that's not Denver.
Not
Okay.
Denver. Yep. And you said Denver. $100.
I'll give you the field. So if he
$100
stays in Green Bay, $100 bet. He
Cool.
stays
That's
in
all I
Green
wanted to
Bay.
hear. I
It's
just needed
null.
to hear it. I need to hear it. Let's
Yeah.
go. If he stays in Green Bay, it's no. Everybody, you hear that? Cool. Everybody
Or
heard
retires.
that.
It's
or
no.
retires. No.
Everyone heard it.
Too
Wait,
easy.
wait.
And like
If he stays in Green Bay, you both have to cook me a tomahawk. How about that?
Man,
we'll do that.
Get out of here.
What?
You have nothing. You have no skin in the game. There's no skin in the game on that.
Yeah, see, earlier he was trying to feed him. Now he's like, no, get the hell out of here. It's my money. It's my money.
No, it's not my money, but I'm saying we gotta both get you a tomahawk steak. Like both get you a tomahawk steak.
Yeah.
And you didn't even have a bet.
I mean, yeah, but I got a big appetite, so I gotta eat.
All right, man. Anyway, guys, man, like always, we appreciate you guys joining us in for another episode of Two Joes and a Pro. Like always, follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a likes, comments, let us know what you want. What you like, dislike. And we'll see you guys next week. All right? Y'all enjoy your night. Peace.
See you.